Welcome back, guys. This is another top 20 spotlight game, and of course this is Chronotrigger, currently my favorite Super Nintendo game. This may change, as there's a few that in the next few videos I'll probably mention because they are not in my top 20 list. But yeah, this is a game unfortunately I've not completed. I got to the very end and my save got corrupted, so I've never went back. Hopefully someday I will go back to this game. Just because the little bit that I played, actually, 20, 30, 40 hours of what I played, I absolutely enjoyed this game. As my wife always says, if she can't get engaged with characters on TV shows and movies, specifically TV shows, she doesn't like the show. And this game, definitely, you absolutely start loving the characters once you start playing them. You really enjoy them and the adventure that they go on, traveling through time. I've got to say, Chronotrigger probably has some of the best graphics for the Super Nintendo and some very memorable music. I definitely have some of these songs in MP3 format that I listen to from time to time. One of the downfalls for the game, you really can't knock the game for it, is the super high price for the cartridge for the Super Nintendo. Loose, it's like $100+, so I understand, a lot of people can't afford it. But there was a really decent DS port that had some of the extra footage and extra gameplay from the horrible PlayStation port. The problem with the PlayStation port was that the load times were just absolutely horrible. There was some really cool cutscenes. I'm not sure if those made it into the DS version. I think they did. Heck, it even got ported to mobile like iOS and Android as well. The DS port also had a couple new areas as well as a ending which kind of connects the events of Chrono Trigger's sequel for the PlayStation 1, Chrono Cross. Back in the late 90s, that's where I originally played this game. I was in charge of a point-of-sale rollout for the company I used to work for, and I brought a Commodore monitor, my Super Nintendo, and this game with me for quite a few months. And any extra time that I had, I spent it toward playing this game. All the guys on the rollout with me would go out drinking, and I would stay in the hotel room and play this game, and had a lot of fun. Lots of memorable moments. This game definitely pulls on your heartstrings at times. I definitely remember a certain thing that happens. I'm not going to mention much of it. It was with one of your robot companions. Yeah, it definitely pulled on my heartstrings. I also got to say, during the Super Nintendo era, I honestly consider this Square's highest point in making games. I mean, there were so many memorable games from the Chrono Trigger series, the Final Fantasy series, Secret of Mana. Nowadays I really don't care for their games, especially the Final Fantasy 13 with the kind of action combat that it does. I really don't like that. I may end up playing these games, but honestly, I'm not a big fan. Well, guys, I think that's enough footage. I mean, most people know what this game is, and it's kind of a no-brainer. This is quite a few people's #1 game for the Super Nintendo, and currently, as I said, it is mine. That could change. I'm not going to say anything else about that because probably the next 1 or 2 videos I do, I'll go into more detail on that. Well, guys, thanks again for watching.